it's painful to have seen how many people routinely attacked Charlie with the authority of their pulpit. How many pastors who wanted nothing to do with even supporting or honoring a man like Charlie, all the pastors who refused to even say his name this last Sunday, to even acknowledge that a Christian was martyred and assassinated for holding the same views that probably most of your congregation holds as well.
Yeah.
And Charlie was routinely attacked. I know what that's like, but he was attacked on a way larger scale. And it was always, well, Charlie's just a MAGA cult, right? He's just MAGA, right? He prostituted his faith to a political ideology. He cared more about honoring Trump than honoring Jesus. Like all these stupid things that were always said about him. And that's not new, right? For Christians who step into the public arena, into the political fight. Because we somehow, thanks to, I don't know, maybe the fundamentalist modernist split of the early 20th century, certainly thanks to people like, Rick Warren and Tim Keller. I'm sorry. We just need to say this. Like Tim Keller probably shifted the Overton window further left in American evangelicalism than any other person that I know of. To make it like spiritually and morally acceptable for Christians to opt out of the political fight, or even to be registered Democrats, as Tim Keller was until his death in the state of New York, and voting for the trans the kids, kill the babies mob, because, they thought, well, the Democrat Party does better on loving the poor or whatever. There's been lots of people who have been attacked by Christians living in this cloud of evangelical political bifurcation. We just do Jesus at our church because Jesus is neither left nor right. And we have lots of Democrats in our churches and lots of Republicans in our churches, and they all feel that their party shows different extensions of justice that are representative of the kingdom of God, or whatever freaking like Matt Chandler said to Lecrae last year on his show. One of the most asinine statements I've ever heard. Alex, what did he say? That's right. Still stay away from Matt Chandler. What did he say? He said, the left wants the kingdom, but not the king. And the right wants the king, but not the kingdom.
Oh.
Wow. Now let me take another hit of my Hunter Biden blunt. Like, what the hell does that even mean, Alex? Like, and Matt Chandler says that, and Lecrae goes, that's good. That'll preach. What the heck does that? Okay, I didn't know, right? I didn't know, Alex, that the right wants the king, but not the kingdom. So conservatives don't want the kingdom, but the left wants the kingdom, but not the king. I didn't realize that chopping the penises off of 13-year-olds was the kingdom of God. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. I didn't know slaughtering infants who survived botched abortions on the medical table was the kingdom of God. That sounds like the kingdom of Herod. Something that Jesus was very familiar with as an infant. What kind of asinine statement is that? And that's from Matt Chandler, who's still, I think, a predominant presence in the Acts 29 network. Okay, that's just an example, Alex. Obviously, I'm like very angry at how my murdered friend is being treated. But like, that's a representation of a dominant mindset in evangelicalism. That this is the kingdom, this is Jesus stuff we do, but politics has nothing to do with that. In fact, you're actually gonna shove people away from Christ if you get political. And so what did Charlie do, Alex? He literally at 18 years old, he founds Turning Point USA. He decides to ignore all of the MDiv, theological PhD wisdom of Rick Warren, of Tim Keller, of David French and David Platt and Matt Chandler and Russell Moore and Ed Stetzer and Christianity Today and the Gospel Coalition. He did the absolute opposite, Alex, of everything that we were told by our evangelical betters who are really smart and are going to help disciple us. And what was the result of him ignoring all of our institutional, managerial, evangelical class? What was the result of that?
Millions of young
His
people heard
life
the gospel.
and death is drawing hundreds of thousands and millions of people to Jesus because somehow Jesus used this happy warrior. Charlie was a happy warrior, Alex. Everyone saw this. Anytime some wild, Joseph multi-technicolored coat of hair weirdo would come up to ask him a question and be nasty, he would return with smiles